Hey guys, now I'm going to talk about the Academic Olympics, which was held from 1998 to 2000 when I participated in it in Lawrence, Massachusetts. Academic Olympics was a category in which Lawrence High School, Central Catholic High School, Greater Lawrence Technical, aka the VOC, and when it was still open until 1996, St. Mary High School. These four schools would participate, and they'd win gold, silver, or bronze, taking first, second, or third, in either the junior division, if they had a junior division, which consisted of freshmen and sophomores, and the senior division, which consisted of juniors and seniors. And they had all different categories. They had math, science, social science, photography, performance, industrial arts, culinary arts, etc. Some years, in some categories, they had honorable mentions, and sometimes they gave ties. But the science category was brutal. It was brutal. I participated my last 3 years in it. The first year I didn't really know anything about it, but the last 3 years I participated. And here's a little recap of each of those years. In 1998, in the junior division, there was myself and a guy named Kirk. We were both from Central. We were the only ones from Central to participate. The Academic Olympics in science didn't really have that many participants, though. Compared to like math and performance, science hardly had anybody. And I'd always ask the moderators. The moderators would always be the chemistry teacher each year. I'd always ask them. I'd say, hey, is Kirk going to get extra credit? Or is so-and-so going to get extra credit? Oh, yeah, they're definitely getting extra credit. Are you going to pass it on to my teacher? Oh, well, I'll see if they give you it. I had Mr. Bandetto and Mr. Doyle, and my grades did not reflect Academic Olympics. I was getting C's and C pluses during that time. So if I had at least a B or a B plus, I would say yes, that would have reflected it, but it didn't. Academic Olympics, mostly the people who participated were A students. They were A students, A minus students. They knew the scientific method. I wasn't taught that in Holy Trinity. I wasn't taught that in the Rollins. I wasn't even really taught that in Central. And I was in methods class in sophomore year with Mr. Bandetto. But he didn't have us do projects on trifolds and ask questions such as, which dish liquid makes the most bubbles, or which popcorn pops the best, or one of the most kernels. He never did that. So I never learned the method well. So in my division, the junior division, there was Kirk. He did DNA. Myself, I did the 6 major land biomes. Kirk had all this information, all these posters. I had a trifold. I had 6 biomes set up. And my project won second place in 8th grade. Because in 8th grade, in Holy Trinity, nobody knew the method. They did displays. And if you had catchy displays and built displays, they'd win over skimpy posters that had hardly any info at all, and skimpy projects that really weren't even built. So then there was a girl named Yinka from Lawrence High. She did Taste and Sight. Another boy from Lawrence High, he was a little short kid, Asian guy. He did Density. Then there was a group of 3 kids. One of the girls' names was Nicole. They did Tootsie Pops. And Nicole, from what I heard, was the valedictorian of the class of 2000 from Lawrence High School. They had no project. They just had Tootsie Pops. And but they had the method. Yinka had the method. Even the kid who did Density had the method. But in the rules, it said just state something. Explain a theorem or answer a question. And I bet you they wanted the question over just explanations. So, and then there was this other kid named Jose who had from Lawrence High, who told me the year before he had came in first place. And he had a microscope. I said, what are you doing with that? I mean, we all have huge projects. Most of us have huge projects. And we were laughing about it. But, it was what it was. And I got to make friends there. And then in the senior division, there were 3 projects. They all got to win. There was a group of 2 guys who were from Greater Lawrence Technical. They did It All Makes Sense. It was about a project about cologne or perfume. Then there was a girl named Marcy from Central who went to Holy Trinity with me. Super smart girl. She did El Nino. And then there were these 2 girls from Central. They did tsunamis and waves, and they won first place. And in my division, Kirk came in first, Tootsie Pops came in second, and Yinka came in third with just sound of the taste and sight. And myself, the boy with the density, and Jose with the microscope, we all lost. So then I went back when I was a junior. And I did HIV and AIDS. This time I said I'm going to have more posters. I wanted to do this project in 8th grade, but my best friend at the time chickened out. She wanted to do a project on schizophrenia, and she didn't even have a project. She just had a little report and a little skimpy poster, and she goes, "What the heck was I going to do, Mark? Bringing a damn schizophrenic?" And she got an A, and for the last quarter, and I ended up with a B. When I placed second in the Biome Project in Holy Trinity. So if I can go back, I'd say, hey, you could have used me as a damn subject. I could have been your goddamn schizophrenic. We would have won grand prize over Romeo Robert Simon Gann, who won the grand prize in genetics that year. So this was, that was 1998 Academic Olympics. 1999, yeah, now I'm in 99. 99, I did HIV and AIDS. Jose came back, he did water filtration. And I was in the senior division this time. Jose came back, he did water filtration. And then there were these 2 other projects from new people who never showed up before, both from Lawrence High. There was Rosa, she did face muscles, and she had a video playing. And I believe Wilma and Monica, these 2 girls from Lawrence High, and they did Ebola. And they had a video playing, and they were dressed in suits. And I don't remember if they did the method or not, because what could you really do with the method on a virus? HIV and AIDS, I put the method in. I said, let me just do the method anyway, see what I can do with it. You know, what could you really do with that? With a virus, with that. So I'm pretty sure they also had like a Play-Doh model or something. I didn't have a Play-Doh model, but they had much more work than I had. And I said to them, I said, are you guys in the junior or senior division? And when they said senior, I'm like, and there was only one other project in my year level from Greater Lawrence Technical. And they got disqualified, I'm pretty sure, because they didn't have a report or something. They were missing something. They had the project, but they didn't have the report. They half-assed it. So they got disqualified. And then in the junior division, Kirk returned. He did blood spasms. Yinka returned. She did short-term memory and stress. And then this guy from Central, James Petty, he did face characteristics. And each of them won. Yinka won first place this time. She had a couple of partners. I was very happy for her. I'm like, wow, she won first over super smart Kirk. Kirk, who's now a professor of genetics at UCLA. And then Kirk came in second, and James came in third. And there were a few projects as well that year in the junior division that were disqualified. But in my division, I lost. I was the sole loser. There were only four qualified projects. Jose came in first. Rosa came in second. And those 2 girls who did Ebola came in third. And I was like, what's going on? Why couldn't I even get an honorable mention or tie with Ebola? So I said to myself, I'm going to do a year-long project on the ocean. I'm going to do as much as I can. What if Kirk comes back in the senior division? What if James comes back in the senior division? And then Yinka, Jose, and Rosa, what if they all come back? What if they allow ties with some of them, and then I lose again or something? So I was like, I don't really want gold. I had gold medal winning projects, yes. I had the most work senior year in the senior division. Everybody else had only a little work. But Kirk did not show up that year, and James did not show up. And this was the last year they ever did it because they ran out of funding. They never had 2001 Academic Olympics again, or on. So I did the ocean waves, tsunamis. I did currents. I had a video playing. I had like 6 or 7 trifold posters, photos of the ocean. I had a video playing of the ocean. I had a lab coat on. And Yinka came back. Yinka did the sound effects study. She had a partner. Jose came back. He had a partner. He did water sewage. And Rosa came back, and she did a project on breakdancing. And there were more projects this year in my division, but they all sucked. Only the catchy ones were us 4. Me, Yinka, Rosa, and Jose. Everyone else, their project sucked. They hardly had any work. So I'm like, it's going to be probably the three of them again. So then Yinka came up to me and she's like, Mark, you're going to win something this year. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, Kirk, smart Kirk didn't show up, but I mean, you're here, Jose's here, and Rose is here. What if they award you three of the medals and kick everyone aside? I was like, I wouldn't even mind that, even if I came in fourth. I would be, over the moon for that. But Lucent Technologies held this competition. And the judges sucked. They awarded the same winners every year. They put more emphasis in the returning winners. And if anyone lost, they would remember that. I lost 2 years in a row. And the boy who did density, the Asian guy, he also came back 2 years in a row. He lost too. So we're two different losers in that category. Only I had a lot of material, he didn't. So and then it was run by Ed Lawler. Ed Lawler from Lucent Technologies. And he would tell me every year, Mark, great work. He would love the work I do all the time. But, like I was saying, sophomore year in 98, I didn't have the method. And then junior year, I don't know what the heck happened. They went for flashy with Ebola. I don't know if Ebola had the method, but they went for flashy. And then senior year was like the returning winners had to win. And then in the night of the award ceremony, I won gold in social science. And then science was awarded a couple of categories later. So Ed looks out the audience. He goes, it takes a lot of work to make these projects, bringing me into the building. And I'm like, yup. And he goes, whether your name's called tonight or not, every one of you is a winner to me. And he looked at me. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, they're all three of them going to win again. And Jose won first on water sewage. Rosa won second in breakdancing, and Yinka won third in the sound effects study. And they didn't award a tie. They didn't award honorable mentions, nothing. And that was awful. But the thing that I really hated was I was one of the only people from Central to participate in that. My year level, I was the only damn student from the class of 2000. There were people in honors classes, AP classes that didn't even do it. And I was level 2. I was level 3 my sophomore and junior, and I was level 2 basic in my senior year. And the AP students and the honors students never even participated in it at all. The A students, A-, B+, and they probably didn't even know much about the scientific method either. And then I'd always ask people, do you want to partner with me? Do you want to partner? We'll give a day off out of school. Maybe you'll take a load off me. I have a lot of material, but then you can do some work too. We can ease it, you can say some stuff at the judging. I could say some stuff, it'll be all on me. Oh, Mark, you're stupid. Mark, you're going to lose. And then every time I lose, they laugh in my face. And then they get B's in science. These mostly people who are in my classes, like in the level 3 classes. They'd be getting B's, B+, even A's because they did sports and I didn't. So, but that was basically the academic Olympics in a nutshell. And I won gold medal in social science in the last year because I said, I'm going to do another category. I interviewed my dad, who's an immigrant from Sicily, and I had 3 posters stapled together, pictures, lots of information, and I had a 20-page report. And I won first place. So that just goes to show, all 3 years, I had award-winning projects in the academic Olympic science category at Lucent Technologies between 98, 99, 2000.